taking you on a journey through the world of music, from old school hits and classics to today's biggest projects. The only station that covers heavy metal to hip hop and R&B and everything in between. The sound of the people is CTR.
Happy Friday, guys. Welcome back to Chartopper Radio. And with Friday, we have got more albums coming out today. But the one that caught my attention was the new one from Bugsey and Young T. I wasn't actually thinking about reviewing it, to be honest with you, or even taking a look at it, but it caught my attention a couple of days ago on, I was just tracking a list of albums that were coming out today, and I saw that one. And then I woke up today and I remembered it was coming out, so I had a look at it. It's called Truth Be Told. It's about 47 minutes long with, I think it's about 16 songs on it. It's a very, very solid album from the British duo. It's really good, in my opinion. A little bit slacking near to the end, but we'll get into that in a minute. First of all, just want to say we are trying to ramp up the videos on this channel. I've been releasing more videos more frequently, so go check out the rest of the channel if you like this video. I'd also love if you subscribed and liked the video at the end if you agree with my opinion or if you disagree with my opinion, because at the end of the day, it's just a conversation. But yeah, getting back to the album, it's called Truth Be Told. As I say, it won't take you long to get through if you want to give it a go. Really nice vibe for me, like on this album, not just because of Bugsey and T. Like obviously they always bring the fire, in my opinion. I thought they had a bit of a slow 2020 when everyone thought they was like kicking off. I didn't really like the original Don't Rush, but the one when the baby jumped on it was really, really good. But after that, I really started to like the music. They always work well with H, and this album is no different because I feel like that is the best song on this album. It's called Caliente. It's got an H feature on it, and H brings the fire. And I always want to say Unknown T and Bugsey, but that's because Unknown T is on this album, and I've listened to it about 4 times since I remembered this morning. But speaking of Unknown T, H's song with him with Caliente is the best song on the album, but I do think Unknown T has the best feature. It's very, very, very good. I think it's called Roberto C or Alberto C. The name escapes me, to be honest with you, but definitely go check that out. What I really want to give a shout out to on this album is the producers and how well they did with mixing the beats with this album. Is very, very good. I want to give a big shout out to Foreplay, which in my opinion had some of the best work on this album. Foreplay was very good in my opinion of mixing sort of a reggae style and a West African style, like a Nigerian sort of reggae style, with a bit of Latino in it. You have a bit of the reggae, and you have Bugsey and T. Just obviously they're used to sort of the Burna Boy style. We'll get to Burna Boy in a minute, by the way. That kind of style mixed with a bit of Latin horns, like in some of the music, is really, really nice. So Foreplay did a great job. You have got, who else have you got on this? You've got Quincy Tellum, who does a great job at the start of this, but the main producer I want to talk about, fair play to Bugsey and T to get him on this album, is P2J. Now, if you don't know who he is, he helped Beyonce with the Lion King film soundtrack that came out a couple of years ago. They re-released the Lion King in better graphics or whatever. I don't know. I've never seen the Lion King. Don't judge me. But anyway, he was on that soundtrack, and he won a Grammy in 2019 for Burna Boy's. I told you we'd get to Burna Boy in a minute. For Burna Boy's album. So it's a really big get, in my opinion, to get him on this album, and he does a really good job. He brings the Burna Boy kind of style to most of the songs that he produces, and it really works for Bugsey and T. They have worked with Burna Boy in the past, and they're very, very good at that kind of style of music, sort of rapping, but at the same time, a bit of a more of a chilled out, relaxed version of a hip hop beat. And I'm super into that. The UK scene is very famous for that kind of that kind of beat making lately, and I'm really into it. And I think Bugsey and T are some of the best in the game at really getting into that kind of music and producing the best tracks. So this album is full of that kind of music if you're into that kind of music. So definitely go give it a go. Who else is really good on this album? You've got a couple of features. Emma Honcho is another one that I want to shout. He did a really good verse. There's a few more that, as I say, they're the best 3 in my opinion, but there's a few more. But if you're gonna pay attention to the top 3 features on this album, I'd say H, Unknown T, and M Honcho 100%. Won't take that long to get to the album. go give it a listen. But as I say, the verses are great on this album. In my opinion, the only downside of this album is, number one, by the end, it gets a little bit hard to get through. I'd say the last 5 songs are good, but in my opinion, and in my experience, it was hard to get through those last 5 songs. I would really like for T and Bugsey to experiment a little bit more with their voices and with their style. Obviously, we've seen what they're good at now with the Burna Boy style, and the good at the whole trailblazing the UK rap scene. But in my opinion, I would love to see him get into a little bit more. And we saw a little bit of this on a song called Fifth, Not Atlanta, which is near the end of the album. I'm not sure if they're taking a shot at the Migos here or anything like that. But in my opinion, it sounded like they were taking a shot at the Migos, not just with the name. Obviously, Fifth, Not Atlanta. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about they've sort of jumped on the Migos kind of style, especially the Culture 3 album that they brought out last year. Young T and Bugsey have jumped on the Migos style on this song and sort of said, we can do it better. And fair play to them. And I think they should really maybe look into this. I mean, obviously you've got this style at the UK, which you're used to, but if you really try to tap into the American community by trying to do the American style, and you can do it, and in my opinion, they can do it because we've seen it on this song, definitely go for it. I say, in my opinion, go for it. As I say, I don't know if this is a cheap shot to the Migos, or am I missing someone, anyone from America? I don't know. Did I catch it? I don't know, but it's really good regardless. Another criticism that I would have about this album, it's not a massive one, but it's one that kind of bugs me a little bit. Or should I say, it bugsies me a little bit. Oh, that was awful. That was awful. It's the listing of this album, is the order that the songs are in. And there's a song at the end called Outro, which, in my opinion, ironically, should be the intro song. It's really good, and it sounds completely different from the rest of the album. I mean, maybe that's an argument that you can make. It's why it's at the end, but in my opinion, it should be at the beginning. It's a little bit harder than the rest of the album, and they go in a little bit more, and it's a bit more of a storytelling song, which, in my mind, really sits at the beginning. In my opinion, I think that should go at the beginning, and then if you want to get a little bit more chilled out into the rest of the album, go for that. I'm not sure why they had it at the end, but as I say, it's just a little criticism. Nothing, not a big deal, but I would put that at the end of the album. But guys, that's really it. To be honest with you, just in my opinion, a really, really solid album for Bugsey and T, just to start the year off. I know I say it the wrong way around. It's Young T and Bugsey, but Bugsey and T just sounds better to me because I'm not saying young. Getting off track. A solid album to kick off the year for those guys. I don't know if they're planning to release any more music in 2022 or if they're going to be collabing with anyone else in 2022. I'm assuming they definitely probably will be. It's a long year. 12 months is a long time to not release any music, so I'm assuming they will do. But with that being said, I would give this album an 8. As I say, it's a very solid album, great features, great producers working on this. And the only criticisms I would have are tiny ones, and that is, at the end of the album, it kind of gets a little bit more tricky. It feels like you're walking through mud a little bit to get to the end. And the criticism is, I would change the order of the songs, but that's about it. But with that being said, guys, that is it. Yeah, I would give it an 8. Go and listen to it. Let me know what you think in the comments. Give it a like. Give my video a like, should I say. Subscribe to the channel if you want me to recover more UK-based music. I'm going to try my best. I know Years and Years brought out an album today. I'm going to try and give it a listen, maybe bring out a review tomorrow for you guys. It's a little bit longer, and as you know, I try and listen to an album at least 3 or 4 times before I review it and before I put up a video. But with that being said, this album is definitely an 8. I hope you enjoy the rest of your Friday, and look out for more videos coming over the weekend. With that being said, peace out, guys.
Chart Topper Radio.